Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and this morning I do have cinnamon in my coffee, and I also bought the dip, and so I am in a good mood this morning because I love it when I can get things cheap. All right, got this. This is a tweet that Barry Silbert sent out yesterday. He said, "Follow Grayscale Investment for some big news at 9 a.m. New York Times tomorrow." Okay, announcing an announcement. Yeah, that's how I roll. So anyway, I checked this. I've been checking it for the last 15 minutes, and I still haven't seen anything. And then XRP researcher at XRP News _ comes in and he says, "Grayscale, Barry Silbert, did you guys oversleep? Your announcement of an announcement at 9 a.m. today has not come out yet. Is it that big? XRP related?" So anyway, keep your eye out for that. I will probably in my next video I will show you whatever their announcement was. Next, I got this from XRP researcher at XRP News _ Coinstar expands Bitcoin buying service to cover 21 U.S. states, adding around 100 new outlets and growing U.S. coverage to 21 states and the District of Columbia. That sounds like a very interesting business, folks. That's something worth going and looking at if any of you out there are interested in getting into some type of business like that. That's Coinstar is the name of that company, I guess. But this, folks, is adoption. Imagine, and I think I read that people will be able to buy up to like $2,000 worth of Bitcoin, and eventually the top digital assets. There's already one. I think there's one company that you can get XRP on in one of these ATMs already, but that'll all be added on in due time. But just imagine a world, just Bitcoin for instance. Imagine that there's 21 million Bitcoin, 5 million have already been lost from people losing their private keys, and now all of a sudden you've got ATMs all around the world. You got more and more exchanges every day. Then Wall Street's coming in. This is the no-brainer of no-brainers as far as the good digital assets like XRP, and then you got Bitcoin and Ethereum and whatever the top, say, 5 or 10 are. It is a no-brainer, and always has been to me, about what's gonna happen here in the next handful of years. Okay, now this is interesting right here. This is from XRP Crypto Wolf. Siam Commercial Bank in Thailand will be making an announcement for XRP in the near future. And he's talking to them. He says, "Can you tell us around when you'll be making your announcement for XRP? Will it be this quarter or in Q3 possibly?" And this is what they said in a tweet. "We will be using blockchain technology for Ripple, but as far as XRP, you may have to wait for further announcement." All right, now this is where it gets really interesting because Brian Melancholy XRP sent me, he's at Mike Honcho _11, sent me this. And this is a tweet from, I believe it's a tweet from yesterday. Day before yesterday. From Whale Alert, and for those of you that don't know what this is, Whale Alert is a Twitter handle at Whale _alert, and anytime major digital assets move in a large bulk, they show it on the blockchain, and they do a tweet about it. In this case, 40 million XRP worth 15.9 million US transferred from Ripple to Ripple OTC distribution wallet. Well, that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is who replied and said, "Thank you for contact to SCB." Replying to Whale Alert. Now, why in the world would that bank be replying to Whale Alert about the transfer of 40 million XRP? That is fascinating. Okay, Next, got this from Bob N. Deep at Bob N. Deep XRP, and he sent me this. This is a CoinDesk article, and it's about the Copyright Office. Remember the other day we covered that Craig Wright, who claims he's Satoshi Nakamoto, Craig Wright had filed a copyright on the Bitcoin white paper and the code or whatever. Well, the U.S. Copyright Office came out and they say it does not recognize Craig Wright as Satoshi. Even as Bitcoin SV enjoyed Craig Wright Satoshi bump Tuesday, the U.S. Copyright Office was hard at work dispelling notions that it officially recognized anyone as the inventor of Bitcoin. As a general rule, when the crypto office receives an application for registration, the claimant certifies as to the truth of the statements made in the submitted materials. The Copyright Office does not investigate the truth of any statement made. The Copyright Office wrote in a press release, in a case in which a work is registered under a pseudonym, the Copyright Office does not investigate whether there is a provable connection between the claimant and the pseudonym's author. So that pretty much spells it out, folks. Okay, and then I also got this next thing from the same guy. Brian Melancholy XRP is on the ball all the time. At Mike Honcho _11 sent me this piece of information. And this is an AMB crypto article, and this could be really huge, folks. Mozilla's senior web developer testing out Coil and its monetization feature for his blog. Coil, a venture launched by the creator of Interledger Protocol, Stefan Thomas, who did work for Ripple, is being tested for monetization by Mozilla's senior developer David Walsh. Coil makes use of ILP and XRP to monetize creators and put an end to ad-based monetization by mainly helping content creators while allowing the consumers to access content online easy. Coil tweeted, honored to have David Walsh blog testing out monetizing his blog using Coil. Well, folks, this is big because at some point, somebody big like this is going to begin using Coil. And we're talking about large percentages of the internet being monetized through Coil. If someone like Mozilla ever decided to use it, it would be a monster. Okay, let's see. I'm having a computer slow down here. Let's get rid of this. There we go. The old computer, normally in the morning, we don't have computer issues. Okay. Daniel Weiss sent me this, at Daniel _Weiss, and he sent this. This is a video this is a video that's interesting. You need to watch it, and I would send you to about the 4:45 mark. It's called Money, Money, Money. Now this is it was put out May 21st. This is John Stossel. I think, what was it he was on, 2020 or something? But John Stossel's does a lot of interesting segments. But he did this one on Money, 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 and at about the 4:45, he basically takes you through a short history of money, and then he around the 4:45 he talks about Nixon taking us off the gold standard, and I believe he said that since Nixon took us off the gold standard, the dollar has lost 80% of its value. He then segues into talking about the fact that that's why a lot of people think that digital assets will replace fiat money because of things like that. And so this is a very interesting segment. It's John Stossel. Go to his YouTube and you'll be able to watch this. What makes money trustworthy? And then we've got this. Digital Rookie, not Satoshi. At Digital Rookie sent me this. And it's from a guy named Matthew Liny. French Digital Asset Association gears up to champion digital assets in Europe and beyond. And he's got a whole thing here. The association's ambition is to nurture the ecosystem of institutions, companies, and individuals active in the field of digital assets, blockchain, and DLT to inform and train the public in these new technologies and business models, and to influence their regulation at European and international level. The influence of the association was successfully demonstrated during the Paris Blockchain Week Summit, which gathered 3,000 international blockchain and digital asset professionals. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, and then finally I wanted to show you this, and then I'll cut it off here. This is from Crypto Utility Guy, at Utility Guy 7. He says, I'm watching Tom Chippis, who I believe Tom Chippis is, from this segment, is the guy that runs ErisX, on what's behind the latest crypto rally on TD Ameritrade Network. And he's got the link here. Go to at Utility Guy 7 and you can click on this link, and you need to watch this, because here's a guy. Remember, ErisX is backed by TD Ameritrade as well as NASDAQ, as well as many other Wall Street people. And he lays out, and it's about 12 minutes long, and he lays out all of the ways and all of the reasons that adoption is coming and that Wall Street is coming in and how they're coming in. When you watch a video like this, when you finish watching it and you're like, well, this is an easy decision as to whether or not to invest in Bitcoin and some of these top 10 digital assets. It is I've said it several times, it is the no-brainer of no-brainers, opportunity of 3 lifetimes. And that's coming from someone. I worked for Morgan Stanley and saw exactly how these people think, and saw the way that these asset classes are treated and how they are sold to clients. And I was trained in that, and that is why this caught my attention so much, is because the landscape is completely changing. We're right now transitioning from just a bunch of people that were looking for an opportunity behind their computer who figured out how to get invested early, and we are making the transition to Wall Street being a huge part of this and really carrying the torch for all of this, and that is huge. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to go watch this TD Ameritrade video. It's unbelievable to really hear it's all coming. Thanks for listening.